All right, get ready to dive into the world of broadcast technicians. Big interview coming up. We're here to help you become a total signal boosting pro.
That's right, and we've got some amazing insights from RoleCatcher. It's like having a cheat sheet for this whole role and even for those tough interview questions.
So think of this as your guide to landing that dream job.
Exactly.
First, let's break down what a broadcast technician actually does. It's all about setting up, installing, and making sure all that cool equipment runs without a hitch.
Yeah, you're dealing with cameras, microphones, transmitters. You got to make sure those signals are perfect.
No pressure, right?
Well, there is some pressure because think about it, live broadcast. Those can't wait if something goes wrong. You got to be able to troubleshoot on the spot.
Talk about a high-pressure gig.
It definitely is.
But before we get into these specific interview questions, let's talk strategy. RoleCatcher's AI is a total game changer here.
Oh, yeah.
It's like having a personal coach who analyzes job descriptions and helps you tailor your CV and answers.
Absolutely. It's like having a secret weapon, helping you practice and even giving feedback, almost like a mock interview.
It's incredible for confidence building. Okay, let's jump into some interview questions. Imagine they ask, can you explain your experience with studio and field production equipment?
This is your time to shine. Show off what you know, technically speaking, but don't just list every piece of equipment you've seen.
Right, it's all about showing, not telling.
Exactly.
So instead of saying, I've used cameras before, be specific. Talk about makes, models, even particular projects where you use them.
Yeah, like that challenging outdoor shoot where you used a specific camera model, or that time you nailed the audio setup for a live event.
Those details really make your experience come alive for them. And RoleCatcher's AI, it can actually analyze your answers and suggest ways to highlight your best skills.
It's like having an editor making sure your answers are laser focused. Okay, ready for another classic question? How do you stay current with all the new broadcast technologies?
This is a fast-paced industry, so continuous learning is key. You got to be a tech explorer.
And show that you're passionate about the field. Don't just say you read articles. Mention specific publications, forums, maybe even workshops you've attended.
And maybe even drop in a specific technology you're excited about, like IP-based systems.
Oh, good one.
Shows you're thinking about the future of broadcasting. Now, how about this? Describe a time you faced a technical challenge during a live broadcast. How did you handle it? Talk about pressure.
Oh, yeah, big time.
This is where the STAR method comes in handy. Situation, task, action, result. It helps you tell a compelling story that shows you can solve problems under pressure.
Don't just say you fixed it.
Right.
Walk them through the issue, the steps you took, and the positive outcome. Show that you can stay calm and think clearly when things get intense.
Imagine you're in the middle of a live concert broadcast and boom, the audio cuts out.
Okay, walk me through how you'd tackle that using STAR.
All right, so the situation is a live concert, audio's gone. The task is to get that audio back ASAP without interrupting the live stream. Then, the actions I'd take, checking connections, troubleshooting the mixer, maybe rerouting the signal through a backup.
Perfect. And don't forget the result. Did you get the audio back?
Yep. So the result could be, I quickly isolated the issue, rerouted the audio, and restored the live feed in seconds, making sure the audience didn't miss a beat. And you know what? RoleCatcher can help you practice these stories and even give you feedback on your delivery.
It's like having a rehearsal space for your interview answers, so you're ready for anything.
Exactly. Ready for another one. Can you explain your experience with audio mixing and signal routing?
This is where your technical skills really shine. The interviewer is looking for that deep understanding of how sound mixing and signal flow work. Don't be afraid to get a little technical here.
For sure. Talk about using different mixers, adjusting levels, balancing sources, routing those signals effectively, but keep it clear. Try not to use too much jargon.
Yeah, and think of a project that really showed off your skills. Maybe mixing audio for a live event with tons of performers, or a complex recording session with layers and layers of tracks.
Right, and talk about the challenges you faced. Maybe you had a sudden feedback issue. How did you solve it?
Exactly. Those details show how you think on your feet and solve problems.
Okay, ready for a video question. Can you explain your experience with video editing software? It's time to showcase your creative side.
Absolutely. Tell them about your experience with different video editing programs. What kind of projects have you edited? What specific techniques have you mastered?
List the software you're comfy with, from the big names to any niche tools. Edited any short films, promotional videos, news packages.
But remember, don't just list the programs. Show your artistic side. Maybe you're great at transitions or you're a color correction whiz.
And even if you're not a pro yet, showing that you're willing to learn and adapt to new software is huge.
Right. The broadcasting world is all about embracing the newest tools.
Okay, let's shift to a question that gets at the heart of a broadcast technician's job. How do you ensure the quality of audio and video during broadcasts?
It's all about that attention to detail.
Yes, that commitment to giving the audience the best possible visuals and sound.
Think about how you monitor everything during a broadcast. What tools do you use? Do you have a mental checklist?
Maybe share a story about catching a quality issue before it went live, like spotting some audio distortion or a flickering video feed that others missed.
Yeah, that kind of vigilance really makes a broadcast technician stand out.
And guess what? RoleCatcher's AI can actually give you feedback on how you present these stories. It'll make sure your answers show off your attention to detail and your commitment to quality.
It's like having an extra pair of eyes and ears helping you refine your responses.
Okay, let's dive into another important question. How do you manage multiple projects and deadlines all at once?
Oh, this is a big one.
This isn't just about broadcasting, it's about life skills. So how do you show the interviewer your organizational skills? Share your secrets. Do you love to-do lists, project management apps, or maybe a color-coded calendar?
And don't just tell them, give a real example. Maybe you were setting up for a live event, prepping for a field shoot, and keeping up with routine maintenance all at the same time. How do you prioritize and manage everything?
Those are the details that prove you can handle the pressure. And mentioning tools like RoleCatcher, it can show that you're tech savvy.
Right.
Okay, let's talk OB production. Can you explain your experience with OB, outside broadcast production? It's all about being adaptable and resourceful.
Yeah, think quick thinking, problem solving on the fly.
For those who aren't familiar, can you break down what an OB production actually is?
Sure. It's basically any production that happens outside a studio. Live sports, concerts, news reporting from the field, anything that involves setting up and running equipment in a remote location.
Got it. So if you've worked on OB productions, this is your chance to share those experiences. What types of events have you covered? What roles did you play? What unique challenges did you face? Did you ever have to deal with unexpected weather or technical difficulties out in the field?
Those stories really showcase your ability to adapt. And even if you don't have a lot of experience, you can still talk about how eager you are to learn and what you understand about the challenges involved.
Right. Enthusiasm and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone. Those are always great qualities. Speaking of stepping outside your comfort zone, let's tackle this question. Can you explain your experience with IP-based broadcast systems? This is all about staying on top of the tech curve.
Oh, absolutely. This transition to IP-based systems, it's a major shift. So showing your knowledge in this area is a big plus. Be specific about the systems you've worked with, your level of proficiency, and any certifications you have.
This is also a good spot to sprinkle in some extra insight. Explain the advantages of IP-based systems compared to traditional ones. It shows you understand how the industry is evolving.
Like you could mention how IP-based systems are more flexible, scalable, and cost-efficient.
Perfect. And even if you're not an expert yet, showing your interest in learning more about IP-based systems and keeping up with industry trends is important.
Before we wrap up this Q&A session, let's talk about RoleCatcher's AI again. It can help you refine your answers and spot any potential weaknesses.
It's like a personal coach who analyzes your responses and gives you personalized feedback. Let's say you've written out your answer about IP-based systems, but you're not sure if it's strong enough.
Yeah.
Just paste it into RoleCatcher, and the AI will look for keywords and phrases that match the skills in the job description.
It's almost like having someone in the interview with you, whispering helpful hints.
Exactly. And if the AI thinks you could improve your answer, it'll give you specific suggestions.
It might suggest adding more detail about your experience or highlighting certain skills you've used in past roles.
It's amazing. It helps you tailor your answers to each specific job and showcase your best skills.
And the best part is, it has a video practice feature, so you can record yourself answering questions and get feedback on how you look and sound.
Hold on. I can actually record myself and get AI feedback on my delivery.
It's really valuable. The AI analyzes your facial expressions, body language, and your tone of voice.
Like a virtual mock interview.
Yeah, it might suggest slowing down, making more eye contact, projecting more confidence.
Amazing. It's like having a coach who picks up on all the little things. Talk about a confidence boost.
And you can practice as many times as you want until you feel totally ready. So whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned pro, RoleCatcher's AI tools can help you every step of the way.
It's all about giving you the power to shine in your interview and land that dream broadcasting job.
But before you go practice, we've got one final thought to share with you. We'll be right back after a quick break.
And we're back. We've covered so much about being a broadcast technician, from the essential skills to how to nail those interview questions.
Plus, we can't forget about RoleCatcher's AI. Right, it can really help you polish those answers and boost your confidence.
Absolutely. But before we wrap up, let's think about the future of broadcasting. We've touched on how technology is always changing,
Yeah,
which means you got to keep learning to stay ahead of the game.
it's like being a student forever, always exploring the latest advancements and taking on new challenges.
Exactly. So here's something to consider as you start your broadcasting journey. As technology keeps advancing like crazy, what skills do you think will be super important for broadcast technicians in the future?
That's a good one. We've already talked about technical expertise, problem solving, adaptability, and a love of learning. Those are all key.
But what else? What will make future broadcast technicians really stand out? What will make them essential in this ever-changing world?
I think creativity and storytelling will be even more important.
Oh, interesting. Why?
Well, as technology makes it easier to create and share content, being able to tell captivating stories will be super valuable. It's what grabs people's attention.
So it's not just about operating the equipment. It's about using it to tell stories that people connect with.
Exactly. Imagine a broadcast technician who can combine technical skills with a knack for storytelling. They could create incredible visuals and audio that really transport people.
That's a powerful combination, like a tech wizard and a creative visionary all in one.
I also think there will be a growing need for broadcast technicians who understand data and analytics.
Ah, the power of data. But how does that apply to broadcasting?
Well, broadcasters are using data more and more to understand their audiences. They use it to see how well their content is performing and to make smart decisions.
So future broadcast technicians might need to be able to analyze viewership numbers, track engagement metrics, and even help optimize content for different platforms.
Right. It's about using your technical skills and your data knowledge to create better broadcasts that truly connect with viewers.
It's like having your finger on the pulse of the audience. You know what they like, and use that information to create even better content.
And let's not forget about collaboration and communication skills.
Those are important everywhere, but especially in broadcasting. Teamwork is everything.
Absolutely. Broadcasting teams are becoming more spread out and content creation is more global. Being able to work effectively with people from different backgrounds is so important.
It's about being a team player, a clear communicator, and a master of collaboration. Those skills will help you succeed anywhere in broadcasting.
Well, we've given you a lot to think about. It's pretty exciting to consider all the possibilities for future broadcast technicians.
It really is. It's such a dynamic field with so much potential for anyone who's passionate, adaptable, and eager to learn.
So to all those aspiring broadcast technicians out there, keep exploring, keep learning, and embrace the constantly changing world of broadcasting.
And remember, RoleCatcher is here to help you every step of the way, from building a fantastic CV to rocking that interview and building a successful career.
We've given you the knowledge and tools to succeed, so go out there and create some amazing broadcasts.
That wraps up our deep dive. We hope you've enjoyed the journey. Until next time, keep those signals strong and stay curious.
And we're back. We covered a ton in this deep dive, from the basics of being a broadcast technician to acing those interview questions.
And we can't forget how awesome RoleCatcher's AI is for perfecting your answers and boosting your confidence.
Right, totally. But before we wrap up, let's shift gears and talk about the future of broadcasting. We've touched on how tech is constantly evolving, meaning continuous learning is key to staying ahead.
So you're always a student, exploring those new advancements and tackling new challenges. So here's a question to think about as you start your broadcasting journey. As technology keeps advancing crazy fast, what skills do you think will be absolutely essential for broadcast technicians in the future?
That's a great question. We already talked about technical expertise, being able to solve problems, being adaptable, and always being hungry to learn more. Those are all crucial.
But what else? What's going to make those future broadcast technicians stand out? What will make them irreplaceable in this ever-changing industry?
I think we're going to see an even bigger emphasis on creativity and storytelling.
Oh, interesting. Why do you think that?
Well, as technology makes it easier and easier to produce and share content, the ability to tell those compelling stories that really grab attention will be even more valuable.
So it's not just knowing how to use the equipment, It's about using it to tell engaging stories that resonate with people.
Exactly. Imagine a broadcast technician who's a tech whiz, but also has that storyteller's eye, creating those captivating visuals and audio experiences that transport viewers.
That's an amazing combination. It's like being a technical expert and a creative visionary all rolled into one.
And I also think we'll see a greater need for broadcast technicians who are comfortable working with data and analytics.
Ah, the power of data.
Yeah.
How does that connect to broadcasting?
Well, broadcasters are using data more and more to understand their audiences. It's about measuring how well their content is doing and making those strategic decisions.
So a broadcast technician of the future might need to know how to analyze viewership data, track those engagement metrics, and even help optimize content for different platforms.
Exactly. Combining technical skills with data literacy to create those more impactful broadcasts that connect with the viewers.
It's like having a finger on the pulse of the audience, knowing what they respond to, and then using that data to create even better content.
And let's not forget those collaboration and communication skills.
Essential in every field, but super important in broadcasting, where it's all about teamwork.
Totally. With broadcasting teams becoming more spread out and content creation becoming more global, being able to effectively work with people from all sorts of backgrounds and perspectives will be super crucial.
It's about being a team player, communicating clearly, being a master collaborator. Those are the skills that will help you thrive in any broadcasting environment.
That's a lot to think about. But it's pretty exciting to consider what the future holds for broadcast technicians.
It really is. It's a dynamic field with a bright future. There are tons of opportunities out there for people who are passionate, adaptable, and always ready to learn.
So to all you aspiring broadcast technicians out there, keep exploring, keep learning, and embrace the constant change in the world of broadcasting.
And remember, RoleCatcher is here to support you every step of the way, from crafting a killer CV to rocking that interview and building an amazing career.
We've given you the knowledge and the tools to succeed. Go out there and make some magic.
And that's a wrap on this deep dive. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, keep those signals strong and stay curious.